Welcome to the Adventures of Adam. I'm Adam. Let's adventure. Today I'm going to be introducing you to who I believe the starting champions in Godforge are going to be. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's talk about why I think these champions are going to be your starting champions. First of all, if you go to fateless.gg, Ramses and Brynhild are literally the poster children and have been since the very beginning. Some of the first images we've seen inside the game have been of Ramses and Brynhild. Not only that, but Brynhild was like the main character of the Godforge cinematic. Like, you see her giving Ra everything she's got. Like, she was made out to be a complete and total badass from the very beginning. So it's not really a stretch that they would put those characters front and center for us to want to collect. In this video right here, Simon literally launches the game
seeing the one where
and starts playing through the tutorial.
It's like loads of new stuff being packed into all the time. So if I go into the experience here,
literally just launch the game.
Alt enter already works, by the way, to make it full screen, which I like. Some games don't do that. It's very annoying. And yeah, obviously we've just got like.
So first thing that happens is the Godforge cinematic plays, which features Brynhild as the main character, the main badass.
A cinematic which is done. I'm not showing you it, but it is.
We have her here not front and center, but very prominent in the main loading screen. There's a little blurb about Ramses here. Ramses II, the great one, not just a king, but living embodiment of pharaonic power, or whatever.
But it is done.
So we see Brynhild, then there's a blurb about Ramses on the loading screen.
Ready to go. We're actually done a live release.
And then here, not only is she like the main protagonist / narrator for what seems to be the story for the tutorial. If we go back, and we can see Ramses right here as well. And also, Brynhild is speaking directly to Ramses. This has been scripted. If we go back even further, we can see Brynhild here with her shield and her image here, Ramses, and then two others. I believe this is Guan Yu, but we'll cover into more detail as to why I believe that. But this image here. So I took this image, I know it's really dark and hard to see, but I screenshotted that, took it over here, and then applied a filter to make it lighter. And I feel like maybe it helps a little bit, but it's still kind of hard to make out. But we'll go deeper, do a deeper dive into this in just a moment and break down why I believe who each of these are, who they are. Back to this, the video we were just watching. So this isn't necessarily footage from the game as he's playing it. This looks like a screenshot. So while this is good evidence to suggest that Brynhild, Ramses, Guan Yu, and Lady Zoc are all starter characters, in my opinion, it's not definitive because, you know, we didn't see him transition to this screen through the tutorial. But later in the video, we see him picking the characters to put in. He puts in Guan Yu, Lady Zoc, and rather than Ramses, he throws King Tut in there.
Some are animated, some are not. And that's kind of what I mean, honestly, in terms of the work, but...
Okay. So, screenshot this. We go back to this. We blow this up so that they're the same size. And we crop it down. Does this look familiar? Perhaps resembling this silhouette here? Yeah, that's Lady Zoc. And then we know this is Guan Yu. Just through process of elimination, we know this is Hercules over here. This is King Tut. We do the same thing. We crop it down. Tell me that's not the same character as the one that you begin the tutorial with on your team, right? That is the same dude. And then we look at King Tut and do the same thing. Crop it down. And compare it side to side with this character. These are different characters. The headdress is completely different. The what's being held in the hand looks somewhat similar, but it's different enough that I think we can say this in the beginning tutorial is not King Tut. We also know it's Ramses because Brynhild straight up addresses him as Ramses. Hell's blood, Ramses. Is there no end to them? And we can see him plain as day right here. I mean, it's the same dude, right? So, again, I think that's, yeah, clearly that's Ramses. And the only other question mark is, who is this on the far left? But again, if we come back here, go frame by frame, you can see it's Brynhild. My head's in the way. You can see it's Brynhild just from the hero portrait. And we can also see the shield in her left hand and the spear in her right hand as she's running in. And you can kind of make out the wings on her headpiece. Yeah, so we have Brynhild, Ramses, Guan Yu, and Lady Zoc. I believe those are our starting champions. Now, to further theorize, so all this stuff could be circumstantial. He said many times that these are just like placeholder things, right? But listen to what he has to say about Guan Yu in this video here.
So we've got Guan Yu here, known for his massive beard, amongst other things. Very cool armor. Yeah, going to be a rare in the game, but a very special rare.
A very special rare. What would make a rare hero special in Godforge? Perhaps maybe they're a starting hero? And then lastly, another point for why I believe Lady Zoc to be a starting hero is with the last Friday leaks, we got some behind the scene looks at how Dirk applies the visual effects that were made by the VFX team and attaches them to the heroes. It's pretty interesting. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
There's something about having Lady Zoc as the test dummy for getting whacked that, I don't know. I feel like we should use like a knight or something. Someone who's got armor to take these hits instead of...
The reason they're using Lady Zoc is because her animations are finished. The reason why her animations are finished is because she was a high priority. Why was this rare such a high priority? Because she's one of the starting champions. And something that's really interesting with the Raid Shadow Legends tutorial that I think we will see a parallel to in the Godforge tutorial is it's when you start the tutorial, you start with all the starting champions. There's Gaelic. They're trying to have each of them show like a highlight of what they're good for, right? The dialogue, the banter, blah, 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 teaching you how to play the game. But through this first tutorial, we play as all 4 of the starting champions. I don't think Godforge is going to have 4. I think Godforge is going to have 3, and it's going to be the 3 rares. Lady Zoc, Guan Yu, and Ramses. Now, where I think Brynhild is going to come into the picture is I think she's going to be sort of like the narrator / she who gives the tutorial. I think she will play a similar role in Godforge as to what Arbiter does in Raid. Hopefully Lady Zoc doesn't get eaten by a dragon. It takes us to this screen and we see the narrator. Now, I think this is going to be a little bit different in Godforge. But I don't think Brynhild is just going to be the narrator. I think we're going to have access to having her on our account. It might not be day 1, but something that Watcher of Realms did that I thought was really cool. When you're playing through the campaign for the first time, this hero appears. They make her look really good and really strong. She just annihilates everything. Boom! Huge ult. Just destroys everything. Makes her look super badass, super powerful to get you excited to collect her. And then immediately after that, they reveal that she's a 3-day login reward to try to keep you logging in for 3 days. To draw another parallel to Raid Shadow Legends, after you beat the tutorial for the first time, you get the 7-day login reward for Shaman. I think we might see a login reward track for Brynhild to get into our collection, similar to what we see in these types of other games. So you can see the parallels. I mean, it's obviously different, but they made it their own. Okay, listen to what he has to say here.
So this first-time user experience is working.
This first-time user experience. So he's literally playing through the tutorial.
This is very placeholder, but it's got the right sort of vibe of what we're after. So kind of like choosing your dude.
Selecting your starter. So these aren't the starting heroes. this placeholder, but this is kind of the vibe that they're going for. You'll see Guan Yu, Ramses, Lady Zoc suspended here, and you select which one that you want to be your starter hero after you beat the tutorial phase. Those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, I will see you all in another video soon. But until next time, everyone, take care.